Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wes-Silvestri, and on today's video, we're doing things a little different. We're taking it to the office because today we're going over the top real estate terms that you need to know before buying your next home. Real estate. What is it? Real estate is any property that consists of the land as well as any immovable structure on that land. When you're driving across town to your friend's house, that's real estate. When you see an apartment complex, that's real estate. When you see commercial buildings, that's real estate. When you see a farm with 100,000 acres, that is also real estate. Which is why buying real estate is such a great investment. Because unless you're in Hawaii, they're not making any more land. Because you know in Hawaii, when the volcano erupts and the lava trickles down, well, it's growing and you get it. This is one I get a lot. Wes, what is an EMD? The earnest money deposit is typically 1 to 3% of the total price of your home. It is not additional funds. It actually goes straight towards your down payment. So let's just say you're putting 20% down. 3% of that is your EMD, which means at the close of escrow, you will then bring in the additional 17% plus whatever closing costs you may have. Escrow. Who are they? What do they do? Escrow is a neutral third party that holds funds until the transaction closes, until all agreements are met and satisfied. All funds during the transaction should be directly wired into escrow. You're not writing me a check. You're not writing the buyer's agent a check. Be kind to escrow. They don't work for the buyers. They don't work for the sellers, so be nice to them. What is a pre-approval and why is it important? So you want to buy a house. Great. Are you paying cash for it?
No.
You're not. All right, so you're going to get a loan. The bank is going to require you to get a pre-approval. The pre-approval is a financial background check. It runs your credit, checks your income, makes sure that you have the ability to pay the loan back. This is the most important part about buying a home. Unless you're paying cash for the property. If you are in fact taking a loan out, you must get pre-approved first. I cannot stress that enough. And side note, just because you have a good credit score does not mean you're approved. All right, so you went and got pre-approved. Great. You went out and you saw homes. Fantastic. You saw one that you really like and you wrote an offer and you got it. Wonderful. The bank is going to ask that you get an appraisal. An appraisal is an expert opinion based on the recent sales of the neighborhood to put a value on that property. The bank is only willing to loan a certain amount on that particular property. When you go to get pre-approved, your debt to income ratio is one of the biggest factors of qualifying for a loan. The debt to income ratio is your debt, any expenses you may have, car payments, credit card payments, whatever, divided by your income. So debt divided by whatever you bring in each month. Also, when you're discussing things with your lender, you might hear him say PITI. That is the 4 parts that make up your monthly payment. That is the principal, P, interest, I, tax, T, insurance, PITI. Now, if you're looking to sell a property, you might hear this. I'm going to go ahead and bring over a CMA. That is a current market analysis. That is a report of all the homes that have recently sold in your neighborhood so that the agent could give you a rough estimate of what your home might sell for and what the listing price would be if they took the listing. A contingency is any item that must be met in order for the deal to be closed. For example, a contingency might be that the home inspection came back with a little bit of wood rot. So what you would do is turn in a request for repairs that the seller fix that issue before the deal is closed. Your down payment. Your down payment is a percentage of the home's sale price that you will need to come up with in order to fund the loan. PMI, private Mortgage insurance. You're not putting 20% down. Expect that you're gonna have to pay an additional fee. This is insurance that the mortgage company uses just in case you default and cannot pay your mortgage. Closing costs. On top of your down payment, you're gonna have to pay some type of closing costs, which is your portion of escrow fees, title fees, and taxes. Buyer's agent, listing agent. What's the difference? Can one be both? Technically, yes. A buyer's agent represents you, the buyer. A listing agent is someone who represents the seller. Can one agent do both? Yes, but it is technically their fiduciary duty to represent you to their highest standard. Now, when you're out driving around house hunting, you might come across a FSBO. That, my friends, is a for sale by owner. Funding versus recording. At the end of your escrow, you're 29 days into a 30-day escrow, you can see the finish line. It's right there. You're going to fund, which means your new loan has paid off the existing loan and funds have been transferred to the seller. And then the next day, it records. Recording takes place when the old owner's name is removed off of title and yours is added. That happens down at the county, and that, my friends, is when you get the keys to your new home. I tried to draw a key. That's a terrible key. I can actually get you keys better than I can draw them. God, that was embarrassing. I should have taken art class. An FHA loan. That is for first-time home buyers. That is a federal housing administration loan. That requires a lower down payment, typically 3 to 5%, and also requires a lower FICO score. Whereas VA loans, those are veteran affairs loans. Anybody who's been in the military or the armed services qualifies for a VA loan. That allows you to put $0 down to buy your home. That's it for today's episode. There's thousands of real estate terms that we can go over. Now, most people don't want to watch a 14-hour video, so I'll break these up. If you have a term that you've heard that you don't know what the heck it means, put it in the comment section below. But until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.